Hi friends, this is me, Dr. Jagdish Jagtap, and today we'll be talking about the teachings of Buddhism. It's a very important topic for the UPSC prelims and the mains also, but more importantly for the prelims, because for the every prelim there is a question either on Jainism or Buddhism. So let us first study the life story of the Buddha. There are four major events which we have to study. First is that he was born in Lumbini. Second is that he achieved enlightenment at Bodh Gaya. I remember this by applying this meaning that उनको वहाँ पे बोध हो गया. Bodh is understanding. So उनको वहाँ पे understand हो गया, that is उनको वहाँ पे बोध हो गया, that is बोध गया. Third is he delivered his first sermon at Sarnath. So he started preaching from Sarnath. So start at Sarnath. Finally he achieved his Mahaparinirvana, that is he died at Kusinagar. Moving on, we have to remember the teachings of Buddhism because this is most frequently asked in the exams. So he told us four noble truths. The first truth was that dukkha, life is full of suffering. Second is samudaya, that is this suffering has a cause. Third is nirodha, that is the cause can be removed. And finally it is the solution, that is this removal can be done by following the Ashtangika Marga or the Eightfold Path. I have prepared a mnemonic for this, that is DISNA, Disna, which rhymes with Kisna. So if you remember Kisna, you can remember this. That is D stands for Dukkha, S for Samudaya, N for Nirodha, A for Ashtangika Marga. Now each and every path of this Eightfold Path is important because they can give an MCQ where 4 or 5 of these are listed and we have to pick which is not one of the Ashtangika Marga or which of the following are belong to the Ashtangika Marga. So we have these 8 points which form the Ashtangika Marga. I have prepared a mnemonic for this, that is, now this is a Maharashtrian dish called as Sev Misal. Like this is the sev and this entire thing is called as Sev Misal. So by remembering this we can remember all of them. That is C stands for concentration, E for effort, V for vision, M for mindfulness, I for inspiration, S for speech, A for action and L for livelihood. All these together form the Ashtangika Marga or the Eightfold Path. Moving ahead, the Buddha preached a middle path. That is, you should neither be an ascetic, like you need not be an ascetic, nor should you live in extreme luxury. Like avoiding both of them, you have to travel a middle path. That is what the Buddha preached. It is also called as Madhyam Marga. Now there is some Buddhist literature. First of them is the Sutta Pitaka. Now the Sutta Pitaka consists of the sayings of the Buddha. Second is the Vinaya Pitaka. It contains the rules of the Sangha. And third is the Abhidhamma Pitaka, and it contains the canonical literature. And then there are the Jatakas, which tell the story of previous births of Buddha, but they form a part of the Sutta Pitaka only. Now let us come to one more analytical question which might be asked in the prelims, that who was allowed in the Sangha? Or it might come as a statement based question. So women were allowed, but there were conditions. That is, they were allowed only with the permission of husbands and fathers. Without their permissions, women were not allowed. Secondly, pregnant ladies and those having small children, that is lactating ladies, were not allowed. Now if a prelim question comes and this statement is given, we have to be very careful while reading. Secondly, slaves were not allowed unless their masters gave permission. Now, all of you might know this fellow. He is Grey Worm from Game of Thrones. Now, would he be allowed in the Buddhist Sangha? Yes, if his masters give permission, which most probably they wouldn't give. And finally, those who were debtors were not allowed. So would Vijay Mallya be allowed in the Buddhist Sangha? No, because he hasn't paid his loans to the banks. Now we have to analyze this situation in terms of those contemporary times. Why Buddhism was very popular amongst the trader class? Because first, like, it is understood that it was an awesome philosophy and it was a change from the rigid traditions of those times. But apart from that, if we were to analyze the materialistic reasons, then we'll have to understand that since debtors were not allowed, this made the traders happy, that is traders and merchants happy. So they would naturally support Buddhism. Slaves without permission of their masters were not allowed. Then this would also make the masters happy. So they will also support Buddhism. So these were also some reasons that is why Buddhism became popular in those times. Now, the Buddha wants to tell all of us, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. So taking inspiration from the Buddha, let us study for the coming exams. Thank you, keep studying, have an awesome day ahead.